What's up, Steemit? Another pool meeting. Brian Phobos here. So I want to talk about Hard Fork 19. Now this is, in my mind, the most important hard fork that has happened so far in Steemit. Maybe other people would disagree. I should say Steem blockchain. So basically, Hard Fork 19 is going to be rolled out on the 20th of June. So it's pretty much in 6 days, 5/6 days. Some witnesses are going to roll it out a day early. And basically there's two things that I want to talk about with that hard fork. There are going to be some bug fixes and some other things, but there's two main things on the voting. So as of right now with Hard Fork 18 and all previous hard forks, the voting power was exponential. So what I mean by that is, let's say someone had 100,000 steam power. You would think that their vote would be worth 10% of someone who maybe has 1 million steam power. So the person with 1 million steam power would have 10 times the power, but that's not the way it was. That's not the way it is right now. They were exponentially more powerful. So what that kind of created, and from day one, when I got on like 10 months ago, the situation was like what most people consider to be not fair. It really felt like you were like a court jester and you were trying to impress a king or something like that. And even if you had great content, it didn't get seen. If a whale didn't see it or they didn't like it, then tough luck. There was one particular post I had. This is about 6 or 7 months ago, where I actually got like 307 upvotes, and all those were like legitimate upvotes. And like the post made like $2.20, and I was like so mad. I was like super mad. I was just like, this isn't worth it. And I spent a lot of time on that post. So ultimately, and you might feel like that now, like if you're new, you might feel like, I'm not getting my stuff noticed and everything. Things are going to change. Here in 6 days, that's going to roll out. And also another thing I want to mention about Hard Fork 19 is the voting power. If you voted 100% power, it's going to be 4 times as powerful as what it is right now. Right now, it's like 0.5% of your remaining power. If you do a 100% vote, it's going to be 2% of your remaining voting power if you do a full 100% vote after Hard Fork 19 here in 6 days. So those are the two main things. We're going to have a linear rewards curve where, again, if you have 100,000 steam power, you're going to be 10% as powerful as someone with 1 million steam power. And that makes sense. Not like this situation where they're just infinitely more or exponentially, I shouldn't say infinitely. They're exponentially more powerful. So this is a huge thing, and I felt like that was a huge turnaround for the platform when this was announced, and that everybody was looking at this. The witnesses agreed, the content creators agreed, people at Steemit Incorporated, they agreed that there needed to be something done with the voting power. Whatever it was, we needed to do something because there was just too much unfairness on the platform. So anyway, I just want to announce that more for the beginning users that are getting on here. And don't trip out. It isn't like a hard fork in some of these other chains where, like for instance, you talk about like Ethereum Classic versus Ethereum, and suddenly it's like, well, wait a minute, it diverged, and then there's like these other coins, there's Ethereum Classic and there's Ethereum, and it's like, so you don't have to worry about that. It's not like you're going to be on Steemit and then suddenly your coins aren't going to be useful because suddenly everybody else is on some other fork, and then other people went out on this fork. You don't have to worry about that. That's kind of everybody's sort of going forward with the new forks. Nobody's like branching off and sticking with the old fork, so to speak. So anyway, just wanted to talk to you guys about that. Thanks for attending the pool meeting.